have no financial interest in this presentation. So we're all well aware about the advantages and disadvantages of the Goldmann applanation tonometer as well as the non-contact tonometer. The iCare, which is based on the principle of rebound tonometry, is faster, does not require any anesthesia, and the iCare Pro can be used in the supine position as well, making it more versatile. But there is a question whether the iCare is as reliable as the Goldmann applanation tonometer. So we measured the IOP by the iCare tonometer and compared it with the Goldmann as well as a non-contact tonometer in patients with glaucoma and normal eyes. So it was a prospective cross-sectional study where we enrolled 86 eyes of 43 patients without glaucoma and 100 eyes of 50 patients with glaucoma, and the intraocular pressure was measured with the 3 methods, and also the central corneal thickness was measured. Appropriate statistical analysis was done. Now, what did we find? So we found that in both the glaucoma as well as in the non-glaucomatous group, the iCare underestimated the intraocular pressure as compared to the Goldmann by around 1 millimeters. In the non-glaucoma group, the iCare overestimated the intraocular pressure as compared to the non-contact tonometry by about 0.3, whereas it underestimated the intraocular pressure as compared to the NCT in the glaucoma group by nearly 1 millimeters. So to have a better understanding, we again divided the patients into those with IOPs of less than 18 millimeters and those with IOPs of more than 18 millimeters. And we found that in both the groups, the iCare underestimated the intraocular pressure more significantly in patients with higher IOP ranges than in patients with lower IOP ranges. So we also calculated the limits of agreement using the Bland-Altman plots, and we can see that the limit of agreement was wider in both the non-glaucoma group and the glaucoma group, which says that the agreement between the two methods was not really very good. So the correlation was also calculated between the central corneal thickness, and we found that there was no significant correlation with the iCare readings and the central corneal thickness. So the iCare tonometry is based on the principle of rebound tonometry. It consists of a small 1.8 millimeter plastic ball, which is on a stainless steel wire, held in an electromagnetic field. The earlier iCare were good to use only in patients who were erect. Then the iCare Pro was launched in 2010, which was an updated version in which there is an inclination sensor, which enables IOP measurement in the supine position. The advantages were that it was faster, does not require any anesthesia, could be used in children, supine, bedridden patients during examination under anesthesia. The tip was disposable. There was no skill involved as compared with a Goldmann applanation tonometer. Now, earlier studies have also been done which showed similar results. The one study done by Gao et al. Showed that the iCare tonometer underestimated the intraocular pressure as compared to the Goldmann, and this was more pronounced in patients with higher intraocular pressures. Another study also found that the intraocular pressure was underestimated even when compared to the non-contact tonometer. In a study done in 8,612 glaucoma patients, they found that the iCare did not conform to the international standards because there were a lot of outliers, and they said that the Goldmann applanation tonometer should be used, and iCare can be used only in situations where the Goldmann is not available or cannot be used. A meta-analysis done on around 147 publications said that there was a lot of heterogeneity between the different studies that were done. Some showed that the iCare overestimated the IOP, and some showed that the iCare actually underestimated the IOP. Now, the limitations of my study is that it was a single observer study. We could not calculate the interclass correlation coefficient, and it was a relatively smaller sample size. So in conclusion, the iCare tonometer underestimated the IOP, and more so in patients with higher intraocular pressure. And this is a very important point that has to be kept in mind, especially when we are looking at glaucoma patient diagnosis, calculation of the target IOP, management, as well as follow-up, because the values might not correlate with the Goldmann applanation tonometer. Thank you.